welcome to TMZ Live. Babcock and Courtney here. We are learning more about what happened in the days and even the hours leading up to the tragic murders of Rob and Michele Reiner, and specifically what didn't happen, Court.
Yeah, everyone was wondering why he checked into the hotel just hours after the fight with his parents at Conan O'Brien's house. There was speculation. Did he get kicked out? Like, what was it? And we've actually learned exclusive details of what actually happened.
People thought he got kicked out, and that's why he retreated to a hotel. But we're now learning that he left on his own accord, and his family members did not kick him out. And we're learning a little bit more about, how Nick was as a person. And we're told that he was not mentally sound, the months leading up to the murder of his parents. And we're told a lot of his instability came from not just illegal drugs, but also a mixture of the prescription medication that he was on, which we're told really messed with his head.
I think that's important because we know, as we've reported, they get in this big blowout fight at Conan's party. And it feels like that period afterwards is so critical. I mean, they leave, we know, but then what happens? Does the fight continue from there? And
did they have a fight when they got home, like later?
Right, where things might have turned physical. Yes. I mean, obviously, at some point, it allegedly did here because a horrific crime was seemingly committed. So I think to hear that, Rob and Michele did not kick their son out, that seems really significant to me.
Yeah, and just to see some of the surveillance footage that we've now seen of him kind of walking the streets, he looks very tired. But even some of the videos of him walking, he just looks like he's kind of like a zombie, just strolling through the streets.
And out of it, yes.
Yeah.
Well, and then we also talked to the gas station at the Sinclair gas station where he was, and they said that the family used to frequent there all the time, so they knew his personality.
So he's a regular.
So as you just saw in that video, you see Nick walking into a gas station, and I went there yesterday and spoke with some of the employees. This isn't just like a random place. This is a business that the Reiner family has gone to for 15 plus years.
Wow.
And some of the people there have known Nick for a very long time. They told me as of 2 months ago, Nick was actually very normal, would be nice and say what's up. As of 2 weeks ago, completely different attitude.
Really?
Yeah. And
they saw a noticeable difference.
Yeah, so one guy who said he's, talked to Nick all the time, said like 2 weeks ago he came in to buy some cigarettes, Marlboro Lights, which I guess was something he was doing pretty typically.
Right.
And usually he'd say like, hey, what's up? This time though, very distant, seemed abnormal is what he said.
Like kind of standoffish.
Yeah, standoffish, looked very tired. So they noticed that something with him was clearly a little bit off.
That also something that feels significant. I mean, we know since he was 15 years old, right? He's 32 now. Yes. He has had issues. I mean, he's
17 rehab programs before the age of 19.
He has had seemingly these demons that he's battled for over a decade here now. But it sounds like something changed in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, and keep in mind, I mean, this was 2 weeks before the awful incident.
Right.
So who knows what happened in that time span, but clearly there might have been something leading up to that point.
Wow.
Ray calling in from North Carolina. This situation is very unfortunate, but I'm happy that it is getting the national coverage that it needs because there are so many parents that are dealing with children that may be suffering from mental illness or drug addiction. And honestly, it needs to be a medical diagnosis to get these people the help that they need. And it's just so unfortunate.
Yeah, I think
it's a very unfortunate, sad situation and just devastating.
Yeah, clearly not enough being done right now. And obviously, Rob and Michele Reiner had all the resources in the world and still look how this situation turned out. Now, speaking about how beloved they are, and we have heard and seen so many people from Hollywood who have come out and talked about their experiences with the Reiners, obviously Billy Crystal, Larry David.
Jerry Seinfeld.
Right. Today, we had a Hollywood legend who was actually here hosting TMZ on TV, Carol Leifer, who
was Rob's dear friend and co-worker.
Right, knew him for decades.
Yeah.
And she actually shared a little personal anecdote that she had with Rob Reiner.
All I want to say about Rob Reiner is, as a writer on Seinfeld, he was one of the major forces behind the show. And it's talked about in the early seasons when the show wasn't doing well and the ratings were not where they wanted it to be. Rob really stepped up as one of the producers and essentially saved the show. So he's a really important person in television. And for me to interface with him when he would show up occasionally on the set, the nicest, sweetest guy, happy, just all around, as my people call it, a mensch. And his loss is really, really profound.
And that's what we've heard from so many people speaking out about him, that he gave so many people their chances, like their first chance, and just supported them. And he was just the nicest person ever.
It's rare that you hear seemingly the same thing coming from everybody. He was so well liked, and that has been made crystal clear in the wake of this tragedy. The Coldplay concert kiss cam scandal was one of the craziest moments of the entire year.
It was massive. Everyone will remember this just from looking at this video. I was in Canada when this happened, and we were even talking about it in Canada.
There.
All my family was like, what was happening in this?
Right. Everybody across the world, like Courtney said, talking about this. Now, we've heard from a lot of the people who were involved in the scandal. We've heard, in fact, from the former CEO, Andy Byron of Astronomer, right? He lost his job. The person we have not heard from, Court, is Kristen Cabot, who was the woman in the video. Well,
she was the HR of the company.
Right, she was. Obviously has completely upended her life. Well, she is now speaking out for the very first time. So Kristen sat down with the New York Times, and here's what she had to say about the scandal. I made a bad decision and had a couple of high noons and danced and acted inappropriately with my boss. And it's not nothing. And I took accountability, and I gave up my career for that. That's the price I chose to pay. I want my kids to know that you can make mistakes and you can really screw up, but you don't have to be threatened to be killed for them.
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's giving like a hired crisis PR to save my image kind of quote
Yes.
that she's putting out. She's also trying to say like she doesn't, to make everything like go away or whatever, she doesn't really communicate with him at all anymore. I don't know. It's not really. And now she's also.
She's saying that they're both separated, that she was separated at the time and he was separated.
Right, correct. And then she's also coming in this interview for Gwyneth Paltrow because remember, Gwyneth had done that like kind of spoof commercial for Astronomer.
Oh, yes.
Making kind of fun of it. She's saying that she used to really like Gwyneth Paltrow. She liked her company Goop. She thought it was all about uplifting women. And now she looks at this and she feels like Gwyneth is kind of hypocritical.
Well, I don't get, if you're separated from your husband and he's separated from his wife, why then are you guys so embarrassed?
Why'd you duck then, Kristen?
Well, I know she's saying that she thought her estranged husband may have been in the audience with the girl that he was seeing then. So then I'm like, well, that doubly doesn't make sense. What's that have to do with her? Yeah. If he's there with someone else, they easily could have been on the kiss cam. It doesn't make any sense to me at all.
That's what I'm saying. I just don't buy it. I mean, you wouldn't duck like that. Also, I'm sorry. We have all had a few too many drinks, but like none of us are like doing that with
I will say that the high noons are like the big boys at the concert, though. So maybe.
Yeah, but it's flirting. They're fully flirting. And the way they got caught and ducked, if you were just like having fun and it wasn't anything more, you wouldn't react like that.
They acted like something was wrong. We've all been to work event. I don't see anyone at the Christmas party, holiday party, hugging Harvey. You know, it's
well, and I still always cut back to like the one girl's reaction on the side of them. Like she was like laughing. So I feel like it wasn't something new, that they've been talking. So I just feel like, no, she was embarrassed. But she did say she got 500 to 600 phone calls a day and many death threats. That is not
That's
okay.
out of line.
No.
Yeah, nobody should do. Like, I get it. It was the biggest story.
Yes.
It did kick off all of these spoofs, like Brenda mentioned the commercial, and they were doing this at concerts, at sporting events across the world. Nobody deserves to be threatened. I understand you're a news organization. You want to call her and try and get an interview. Fine.
Of course.
Nobody should threaten her. So that I'm with.
You know who should lean into this is High Noon. Like they should definitely do like some like PR like thing for it.
Give us an idea. We should reach out and ask if we're going to do a sponsorship with her.
You really should, because this was the biggest thing and everyone like remembers this.
Jenna in Chicago, and I will give Kristen kudos for owning her mistake and taking accountability for this while trying to teach her kids a very valuable life lesson. However, blaming it on the alcohol only works in a Jamie Foxx song and not in real life, darling.
I will say, I love that Jamie Foxx song so much. We were singing that song this morning.
Coming up.
Rams wide receiver Puka Nacua, who recently linked up court with two of the most famous streamers in the entire world.
Millions and millions of followers.
These guys are so famous and popular. They had a dance. They wanted
to do a celebration dance.
Right.
Yeah.
The problem is that a lot of people believe that this dance is playing on anti-Semitic tropes.
Be right back.
A United States congressman from California is absolutely blasting one of the most talented and popular players in the entire NFL. We're talking about Rams wide receiver Puka Nacua, who he recently linked up court with two of the most famous streamers in the entire world.
Millions and millions of followers.
These guys are so famous and popular. Aiden Ross and Neon. So the three men were together. And but the Rams were playing in a Thursday night football game tonight.
They played tonight.
Right. And they were saying, hey, Puka, if you score a touchdown, they had a dance. They
wanted to do a celebration dance.
Right.
Yeah.
The problem is that a lot of people believe that this dance is playing on anti-Semitic tropes. We'll show you the dance, and then we will actually hear from Eric Swalwell. Take a look.
Throw the ball back, spin it, flex, then look and go like this. All right? Yes! Yes! Just like a bow, yes, just like this. All right, so do it all in one.
Yo! Spin it, flex.
Do
yes!
it!
In the camera. He does that?
We got you do it?
Yeah.
Whoa.
That's easy.
All right, so let's do it together. Ready? Spin, flex. Oh my God! You promised.
He locked it. I promise. I got you, man.
Oh my God!
That is the dance that they were saying with the hands rubbing together. And Aiden is actually Jewish.
He is Jewish,
yes.
right. So you see him first, like, I guess, spin the imaginary dreidel, but that's not really the problem, right? It's the rubbing of the hands together, like you said, Corey, like playing on these, the tropes about Jewish people and money, right? So a lot of people upset, including Congressman Eric Swalwell, who represents California, as a matter of fact, running for governor. Here's what he went to social media and had to say. The Los Angeles Jewish community is on edge after the Bondi Beach massacre. And what does this bleep, Puka Nacua, do? He promises an anti-Semitic touchdown dance for his Thursday night game. He should apologize or be dropped. So saying, hey, say sorry or they should cut you.
Yeah. And we don't know if Puka and them knew that this was an anti-Semitic dance. So that's like still unclear, but
now they do.
Now they do, and I don't think he will be doing this dance in the touchdown zone.
Not at all, but you would have expected some sort of response from Puka at this point. This stream was earlier this week. There's been at least 24 hours.
And is it still up?
It's still, well, the stream is always going to exist on the internet. But the thing is, with Puka, whether he knew or not, he needs to say something. Because there are people who are extremely upset by this. And yes, Aiden Ross is one of those edgy, crossing the line sometimes kind of figures. He has to know this going into this. Mookie Betts just went on a stream with Aiden Ross last night as well, too, where he made questionable comments. So these athletes need to know when they're stepping into this world, this is not super PR friendly. This is the streamer universe, and we know exactly what we get with that.
I understand why the athletes want to be associated with people like Aiden Ross and Neon because they are so popular.
They have millions of followers, and it gets their name out there.
Right, especially with the younger generation. But this is the other side to that coin.
You have to be careful.
Right, if you're going up right against that line, and a lot of times you cross it. And I probably wouldn't have known that if someone said, "Hey, do that dance." I don't think I would have known in the moment, but. Like I think you guys have said.
I make a movement with my hands when I'm excited. So there is a benefit of the doubt here for Puka, but he does have to say something.
Hi, I'm Amina from Cliffwood, New Jersey, and I really don't think Puka Nacua should have been on the stream in the first place. It's the football season right now. Focus on football. You don't see the greats like Kobe or Brady getting into this type of trouble because, they're focused on their sport during the season. LeBron doesn't even tweet during basketball season. So, focus on football, focus on your craft, and, start winning games and be a good football player.
Yeah. LeBron doesn't tweet, but he does go golfing because we just saw him golfing yesterday on his golf day.
No, that's a good point, though. And he is such a good player. He's not just some bum player. I mean, this guy is really good. The Rams may be one of the best. They are one of the best teams in the league. So, not the best look for Puka.
Hope he gives an apology.
Yeah. Rihanna is a billionaire.
Yes, she is.
So you would think if she were to go shopping, it would be the fanciest places in LA. She's in LA, probably Rodeo Drive, right?
Of course. That makes the most sense to me.
No. She shops at CVS just like the rest of us.
But she shops more intensely at CVS because she has a shopping cart, and I've never seen anyone
done that either.
I've never done it. You go in and you get out, you pick up your prescription, maybe a water, a makeup wipe,
and you're in and out. I have actually looked at those little shopping carts before, Courtney, and be like, who gets a shopping cart at CVS?
But
now
you know
we've got our
I love
answer.
It? She has over a $7,000 Celine jacket on as she's doing this.
If you forgot how wealthy she was. I love, this is actually really cool. And she's a little bit incognito with the glasses and the hat. I think this is really cool because it shows that at the heart of it, yeah, sure, she's Rihanna, but she's also a regular.
Because the staffers recognized her and were taking photos with her. And you know Rihanna.
She tried.
She has like a halo over her,
Right.
I feel like, when she walks.
Exactly.
But it's like what she has in her cart was super weird to me, right?
It's just like kind of a mix of different things. Like they have so much holiday stuff at CVS. I was there yesterday. I got like a cute snow globe. They have like so much like cute like games and stuff. And then she had snacks. Like,
she had.
What kind of snacks does Rihanna
She had
get?
jalapenos, a Jolly Rancher candy cane.
Okay.
But the weirdest thing at the bottom is that she has a 25-day slime goo advent calendar.
That's
and I'm
so
like,
kid coded.
I'm like,
It's December 18th.
And I'm like, what are you doing? You have so, like, what are you going to do with
I
that?
wouldn't buy it because there's only 13 or so days left. Like, I'm not going to waste my money.
I wouldn't buy it. Well, I'm not allowed to buy that type of stuff for like my sister's nieces because the slime gets so messy and it just gets everywhere on the walls and the couches.
What is with kids and this slime stuff? It's like very fascinating.
It's fun.
I guess
They
is
love
it kind of like Play-Doh for us when
Have
we
you
were
played
kids?
with slime recently?
No.
You should. It is.
I may go buy one of those
It's
calendars.
like actually like very like relaxing and just like
a stress ball kind of.
Yeah, kind of, and it's just like fun. I don't know. Maybe I'm weird, but I really enjoy it.
All right. I'm going to try this. I'm going to get that calendar. I don't think every celebrity is like her. I don't think you're going to see like Mariah Carey, somebody we've talked about.
No, but we've seen Rihanna like in Target. We've
Yeah.
seen her at like places before, but it's still just, I couldn't imagine walking into CVS.
You'd
and just
freak out, right?
I would freak out, but I would also be like, is that Rihanna?
Right.
Like, what is happening? But she like went down the aisle.
In heels.
Every
the
aisle.
heels are
Right.
like.
Just like aisle 5, Rihanna
Right.
here.
In her
Right.
$8,000 jacket.
Yeah, it's insane.
Hey, this is Amy. I'm from Gadsden, Alabama, and I really like the fact that Rihanna, you know, she goes CVS shopping just like most of us do. And I love her style. I love what she's wearing. And if I had a closet of clothes like hers, I would probably do the same.
I would too. That Celine jacket is fabulous. I can never own it, but I love to look at it.
Coming up.
Donald Trump has issued an executive order that is going to change the way that marijuana is dealt with across the country. Now, we're lucky to be joined by somebody who deals with this issue on a day in, day out basis. Sean Hauser is a partner at a national cannabis law firm, and Sean joins us now.
Be right back.
TMZ's got every freaking thing. Big celebs, big stories, big events.
BB Rexa was looking hot on vacation.
Look at the water, too.
Did you just say look at the water? I mean, I'll be honest, that is what I was looking at.
Big news coming out of the White House today, Courtney. Donald Trump has issued an executive order that is going to change the way that marijuana is dealt with across the country. Now, this just happened a few minutes ago in the Oval Office. Here is the president announcing these changes.
Today, I'm pleased to announce that I will be signing an executive order to reschedule marijuana from a Schedule 1 to a Schedule 3 controlled substance with legitimate medical uses. I want to emphasize that the order I am about to sign is not the legalization, or it doesn't legalize marijuana in any way, shape, or form, and in no way sanctions its use as a recreational drug. It has nothing to do with it. The facts compel the federal government to recognize that marijuana can be legitimate in terms of medical applications when carefully administered. In some cases, this may include the use as a substitute for addictive and potentially lethal opioid painkillers.
So there was the president.
There was the president
very
signing it.
significant.
Yes.
He also went on to add that, hey, look, this is just purely a common sense move. So what does this all mean? Because it feels like it's significant, Courtney, and we're lucky to be joined by somebody who deals with this issue on a day in, day out basis. Sean Hauser is a partner at a national cannabis law firm, and Sean joins us now. Hi, Sean. How are you?
Hi, Sean.
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Yeah,
Thanks
of
for being
course.
here.
So what does this mean for your guys' industry today?
This is really the, one beginning of a new era of public health policy and, the linchpin to unlock future reforms to deschedule and, fully legalize and regulate cannabis, based on the evidence-based research that in part this supports. Marijuana has been inappropriately classified as one of the most dangerous drugs in the world with no medical use since the 70s. And it was, misclassified by design as a a tool in the war on drugs.
Yeah, it was classified with heroin, ecstasy, and LSD. Like, why was it classified with those things for so long? Like, what do you think like the reasoning was?
There's, clear statements from the Nixon administration that, this was, really used as kind of a new Jim Crow, a tool to criminalize minorities and those who were opposed to the war. And, those policies continued on for half a century, and folks have been, showing the voluminous science in medicine supporting the medical efficacy and safety of cannabis as medicine since then. And, we've been working on the rescheduling process through multiple administrations. And it's very clear, there's the majority of states in the country have a medical cannabis program. Hundreds of thousands of doctors treat patients for medical cannabis for all sorts of conditions. And there's no denying that cannabis has medical use and treatment and a relative safety profile, more so than heroin and opiates and other drugs.
Sean, it feels to me, and tell me if I'm wrong, please, that this was a really hotly contested debate. I know there have been quite a few Republican politicians who have come out against Donald Trump. Obviously, that's relatively rare to see, but they chose to speak out against this. What was this really, hotly debated? And is this a significant move, or is this just, oh, hey, it's still illegal, now people can take it medically, but no big deal, really?
It is significant because the state medical cannabis and adult use cannabis businesses, right now are subject to erroneous tax provisions that are focused on trafficking Schedule 1 and 2 substances that, hamstring them from deducting ordinary expenses, investing in research, supporting the research and reforms that are necessary to drive the evidence-based regulatory frameworks we need. So this will really be the linchpin that, one, will unlock federal state coordinated research, but two, give the industry what it needs to get to the next step, which is legalizing and regulating cannabis responsibly. And you'll see the president also pointed to, the need to fix the hemp issue. Right now we have fragmented, state laws on cannabis and hemp, and what consumer safety and science supports is clear federal regulatory frameworks for both medical and adult use cannabis. And I think this is the initiation of that era. And, the end of failed Nixon era prohibition.
Sometimes it seems like it just takes like one move for somebody to take that leap and say, okay, I'm going to try and fix what's broken here. Do you anticipate is this going to be one of Trump's things that he takes on here? I mean, do you look at this as just the first step of many that he is going to make with respect to marijuana?
I do. I'm cautiously optimistic that that's the case. I think we're seeing a rare moment of political alignment where leaders from across the spectrum acknowledge that our current policies are outdated and that evidence-based regulation is the path forward. Historically, we haven't had a lot of success getting, Congress to even engage on the cannabis issue. And now we have engagement from the president, the FDA, all the relevant agencies, and actual coordination, with the 39 plus states that have medical programs that have been treating patients in practice. And our law firm's been in this space for 15 years. And, we've really been focused on the state programs and state levels because it's been difficult for the federal government to engage. And this process was, it's truly bipartisan. It was initiated by Biden and finalized under Trump.
I know. So you were saying like this is like the first step, and like because you guys have been fighting this, so it does feel like a victory. But your guys' work isn't done. Like, what do you guys do like next? Do you just have like a 5-minute celebration, then have like a board meeting, and get like back to the planning?
No, I think it's celebration, hopefully some holidays, and then really getting to work. There's a lot of work ahead, and I think now we have the energy and resources and engagement to get this work done. And that'll include, banking reform, ensuring access to capital markets, ensuring that we do fix the federal problems with the hemp and cannabis laws so we have a strong, clear framework for THC.
Sean, thank you so much for breaking all of that down. And I know the fight not done yet, but congratulations.
Congratulations,
I know you spent a lot of time and effort on this issue, and we appreciate your time.
Thank you. You too. It'll be
Thanks,
exciting
Sean.
year next year.
Yes,
Yeah, we'll be watching. Thanks, Sean.
Coming up.
So there's a controversy involving Ice Spice. Now, she was at the screening for a big movie that's coming out.
Yes.
The SpongeBob movie.
Yes.
Okay, officially.
Yes.
Right, go ahead.
The SpongeBob movie, search for square pants.
Funny you say that.
Because she doesn't have any pants.
No.
She has on a thong and sheer, and you see her butt. By the way, this movie is PG.
Be right back.
Welcome back to TMZ Live, Babcock and Courtney. Before we get to this Ice Spice story, there's an update on the Puka Nacua situation. He has actually apologized.
We have his apology. He put it in a blue box, which is associated with the Stand Up to Jewish Hate movement.
Okay.
He said, when I appeared the other day on a social media live stream, it was suggested to me to perform a specific movement as part of my next touchdown celebration. At the time, I had no idea this act was anti-Semitic in nature and perpetuated harmful stereotypes against Jewish people. I deeply apologize to anyone who is offended by my actions, as I do not stand for any form of racism, bigotry, or hate of another group of people. There you go.
So, and I think that's like we said, he probably didn't know.
Yep.
And now he's done what I think he needed to do. So, all right. So he'll play his game tonight, and I would imagine that people probably move on from this now that he's got the apology.
Yes.
Speaking of moving on, let's move on to Ice
Spice. This one.
I love
I know
this.
you love it. I do not love it.
You don't love this? Okay.
No,
so there's a controversy involving Ice Spice. Now, she was at the screening for a big movie that's coming out.
Yes.
The SpongeBob movie.
Yes.
Officially.
Yes.
Right, go ahead.
The SpongeBob movie, search for square pants.
Funny you say that.
Because she doesn't have any pants.
No.
She has on a thong and sheer, and you see her butt. By the way, this movie is PG.
Right, so it's a kids
movie. It's SpongeBob. It is SpongeBob. What are you talking about?
SpongeBob is one of the most crude cartoons of all time.
But they're not wearing a thong and sheer pants.
Yeah, some of the characters don't have any pants on either.
Right.
It's Patrick.
She's searching for pants.
No.
Look, I can't get too worked up about this.
Exactly.
I see people are losing it.
Exactly.
No, because
that's what you would wear at the
premiere.
I know, but go to the beach though, Court. That you're seeing the same thing.
And there's a beach in SpongeBob,
right?
And the ocean floor.
Okay, you make points, but I can make a point too. It's different settings. A beach, you know what you're going to get. You're going to see it. When you go to a SpongeBob movie, you don't think that you're going to have to
see a
to see a butt with your kids.
I mean, she looks great
has a good
too.
butt, so I get why she wants to do it. So
if the butt wasn't good, I'd have a totally different take here. But the butt is on point.
I still think it's a little bit appropriate when the movie is PG.
Right.
I can't. She looks amazing in it, but wear something else and then wear that out after to the dinner that you go to. Don't wear that at the theater. And she's even taking a picture with the kid. Yeah, the kid's a little bit famous.
Yes.
But come on, there's kids there.
They knew what they were getting when they got Ice Spice on the soundtrack, and now we got her ass.
Right. And the movie gets a lot of publicity, which they're probably not upset about.
There was kids from all ranges. There was a 3-year-old that was invited to the party, and that's just a little bit much for a 3-year-old. And I'm sure there was one 3-year-old. There was a lot more invited.
I'm pretty sure there's plenty in the movie for the 3-year-old to ask their mom questions about.
I'm still feeling pretty unmoved.
SpongeBob does it so differently where they're not asking questions. This is right in their face.
That's a good thing.
And let me tell you, I love
SpongeBob. The search for
SpongeBob.
square pants. It's perfectly themed outfit by Ice Spice. No pants.
You're out of control.
Hi, I'm Maria Montalvo from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Let me be the first to say, holy moly, so to put some clothes on that woman. Little kids don't need to see that. She looks really pretty and everything, but I just think it's way, way too much for the demographic for the movie. I would be shocked to see some cheeks just hanging out.
I'm seeing a theme here.
And I think it's very telling. The 2 women are saying it's inappropriate, and the 2 guys are show more ass, show more ass. Out of control.
Super bizarre incident involving Stranger Things actor David Harbour, who was hanging out at a local bar in California and snatched a guy's hat off of his head. And then
just ran away with it. Yeah.
Weird.
And obviously that's not going to just lead to anything good. And you actually saw the video of it.
So I watched the surveillance video, and it's very bizarre. So what the surveillance shows is a guy go outside of this bar at Encinitas, which is in North San Diego.
Right.
He approaches David Harbour, who was with a friend.
Right.
Then eventually the kid comes back in the bar.
Okay.
And then minutes later, you see David come back into the bar, grab the hat, and then run out of the bar. He basically grabbed the kid's hat, who he was previously talking to. So we spoke to a witness who witnessed this whole thing, and what they said happened was this guy recognized David Harbour, went out there to be like, oh, you're David Harbour. Right. David Harbour was acting kind of strange to him, was like, basically like, you know me from my movies, you don't know me, and then
was the guy like wanting photos?
No,
like,
he was just wanted to say hello.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And then it turned to, then he changed and was like, oh, I actually want to go back to your house, which this guy at the bar was like, okay, this is very bizarre behavior, I'm gonna go back in.
Yeah.
So he goes back in the bar, and then minutes later, the witness says that David Harbour comes back in the bar, takes his hat, runs down the street with it.
What?
So the kid, you can see in the video, runs after him, and you don't see this in the surveillance, but what the witness told us is that when he caught up with him, he spiked the hat on the ground, started asking the group of friends who this kid was with if they were aware of the Iraq war. He got kind of emotional. And then eventually he spiked the hat on the ground, so the kid got the hat, went back inside. So all very, very bizarre. There were no cops called, nothing physical. We reached out to reps for David. They never got back to us, but I did reach out to someone who knows kind of what, they have direct knowledge of what's going on. And David Harbour has been outspoken in the past about his bipolar, that he suffers from bipolar mental health stuff. And the person was saying it's probably extremely hard to manage when he's been working all year. Right. His ex has been trashing him in the headlines. And so they think that this might have something to do with what happened. But crazy.
Yeah, it almost like goes past even bizarre, and it's troubling.
Yeah,
it's very troubling.
Yeah. So the update is he was supposed to be at a Stranger Things event in New York tonight, and he no longer shows up on the website. So we don't know exactly what's going on with David Harbour, but definitely kind of a weird and troubling story.
Hi, I'm Carly. I'm in Chicago, and this is certainly a strange thing, I will say. But it's times like these where I feel really relieved to not be a celebrity, because you can't just have a weird night, it would seem. I'm glad no one was hurt. I'm glad, a discussion of the Iraq war was thrown out there. You got to be ready, got to stay on your toes, but just very odd. And I hope he's doing okay.
I hope he's doing okay, because that's like very scary and just how we said, bizarre.
It is.
And like, luckily it didn't escalate to anything else, because sometimes it can.
When you start grabbing things off people's heads, hey, who knows? Something happens and somebody gets hurt. So yeah, I agree. At least nothing like that happened. But you also hope David Harbour's okay.
Coming up.
Jack Black did a rendition of Carol of the Bells. You know that song? It's like super fast. You have no idea what they're actually saying.
So hard with the lyrics. I still have no idea, and neither does Jack. But we asked him what his favorite tradition is, and rather than telling us it, he sings us his favorite song.
Sweet silver bells all seem to say, throw cares away, ring dongy dong, can't hear the song.
Be right back.
Mariah Carey's song used to be my favorite Christmas song. Not anymore, because Jack Black did a rendition of Carol of the Bells. You know that song? It's like super fast. You have no idea what they're actually saying.
So hard with the lyrics. I still have no idea, and neither does Jack. But we asked him what his favorite tradition is, and rather than telling us it, he sings us his favorite song.
And it's great.
What is one holiday tradition that you cannot stand? Jack, can I get a photo of you too, please?
We're not doing photos.
I'll take them. I'll take the Sharpie.
Hear how the bells, sweet silver bells, all seem to say, throw cares away, ring dongy dong, can't hear the song. What is the words? I do not know. Ring dong, ding dongy, ring a ding dongy, ring a ding dongy do. A merry, 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 merry Christmas. Merry, 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 merry Christmas. Ring doggy dong, wrong doggy dong, ding doggy dong, wrong doggy dong. I love it. I don't know.
Can I say? I love it. It is great. The lyrics are completely off, but somehow he makes it work, and he has like.
Or maybe they're not off. I don't know. I don't know what the real words are.
Clearly they're off, but I don't know if anyone truly knows. Like,
or cares now, because that is awesome. That should be the new song.
I vote we make this the replacement, because literally the only real word that I know is ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong.
You gotta do the rock hands now with it.
Oh, I can't do that on
the rock hands.
Oh, I thought he was flipping off birds.
In one part he did, but he was rocking
That's not very cheery, Jack.
No, it's not. But Jack Black
is cheery, Jack.
I love Jack Black so much.
He's so funny.
He's so fun. Every time we get him out, he just has the best time with our field producers.
To come off the top of your head with that too is actually impressive.
Yeah, actually, you can probably freestyle.
Right? if you can do that. I mean, that's like a Christmas song freestyle.
Yeah. Not mad at it.
I know.
Talented.
Coming up.
We now know why Kim Kardashian failed the bar exam.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we've heard a few excuses from Kim over the last couple of weeks since we found out the results, but we got a new one last night, the new episode of the Kardashians.
Can't wait to hear what this one is.
It's a doozy.
Be right back.
We now know why Kim Kardashian failed the bar exam.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we've heard a few excuses from Kim over the last couple of weeks since we found out the results, but we got a new one last night, the new episode of the Kardashians.
Can't wait to hear what this one is.
It's a doozy.
I've hit a wall. I'm like absolutely gonna cry because it's like exhausting. I threw my back out and it's like every time I like think I get to another step, like something pulls me back. I'm not like a pity party kind of girl, but like last night I was like, why the is this happening? I can hardly walk. I can hardly sit, and I don't know why I have all these back problems. It's really out. I won't be able to sit in the chair. And they say everyone before they take the bar has a mental breakdown. And I just knew that wasn't me, because I'm like not that person, but I get it.
Derek's just
enough is enough. Enough is enough. What number excuse are we on? We've had ChatGPT made me fail. We've had I got low brain activity on my MRI. We've had psychics gave me some bad advice, told me I would pass, and they were lying to me. They're a bunch of scam artists. Well, you bought into psychics in the first place means you're not ready for the bar exam. The problem with Kim is not her back. And I'll tell you why. I don't like to make it too personal. I took the bar exam just a couple weeks after having back surgery. Yes, I had my first back surgery.
Which is debilitating back surgery.
I nailed it. It can be distracting, but listen.
Okay, did you have 4 kids? Were you running $1 billion company and being an actress?
And I certainly don't put it together all like her as well. So yes, look, she's talented. I've just always had an issue with her veering into my one lane I've carved out, which is mastery of the law.
Because she's already like surpassed you and everything else, so you don't want her to be on your playing field, but she's already above your playing field, so just accept it. I want her to pass it so bad, and I hate how against it
I know you don't want her to pass. Do you feel like she is not going to pass? You've said before it gets hard, second time, third time, it doesn't get easier, it gets harder.
It gets a lot harder. Look, the people who drag up the average to 50% passage are the first time takers. They pass at a 70% clip. It's the second, third, fourth people. It gets harder, you get in your head. It's going to be a long road.
She has access to everything that she could possibly ever want.
Already had that access, and where did it get her? A broken back and some bad psychic advice.
You are a monster.
She's going to retake
Happy holidays, so I want to see what happens. I'm enjoying the journey.
Well, what else do you guys want to talk about?
Hey, this is Flo from Cleveland, and I'll be speaking on Rob Reiner's story. Rob Reiner's story is just another example that tragedy will show up on anyone's front door at any given moment. And to see TMZ's story where they say that the parents didn't actually kick Nick out of the house after the argument at Conan, where if you don't know about mental health, you would assume that it was a fight and it kicked him out. But he actually left on his own. And that's a story in the mental health world where, as a supporter, it can be hurtful. But all you can do is the best you can. I've dealt with it.
And I feel like that's what they did. They did all the best they can, and it's just devastating news. And our news desk is working entirely on this, so just keep going to the website for more details.
Hi, I'm Miss OBA, and I'm from Chicago, and I'm going to talk about Ice Spice. I saw the Ice Spice outfit wearing for the SpongeBob premiere, and I just kind of feel like if Cardi B can dress a certain way for Saudi Arabia, then Ice Spice can dress a little bit more demure for the kids. I think she has a beautiful figure and all that stuff. However, Lauryn Hill sold more albums than any other female rapper, and she did it with class, style, and intellect. I want Ice Spice to be sexy, but I also want some integrity, just a little bit when it comes to our kids and things like that.
Could have said it better myself. And yet again, another woman that thinks it was inappropriate.
Yeah, she turned me a little bit there. She could have put on some pants, I guess.
Well, that's hurtful to me.
Coming up.
Kyrie Irving and the Dallas Mavericks, they were doing some sort of gift exchange when something hilarious happened.
A little bit out of hand.
Yeah, so there was this robot. It cost like $20,000. It's doing all these karate moves. Yeah, really cool, Court, right?
Yeah.
Watch what Kyrie Irving, NBA superstar, does.
Be right back.
Kyrie Irving and the Dallas Mavericks, they were doing some sort of gift exchange when something hilarious happened.
A little bit out of hand.
Yeah, so there was this robot. It's called the Unitree robot. It costs like $20,000. It's doing all these karate moves. Yeah, really cool, Court, right?
Yeah.
Watch what Kyrie Irving, NBA superstar, does. Little shove. Boom.
It is so bad. You feel bad for the poor robot because when it shoves, you see his like little feet.
He was scared, Court. I know.
He was so scared.
Even before he got shoved.
It looks like a drunk guy getting like held up like your friends at a bar.
Kyrie Irving is doing everything to get that robot back on his feet.
The engineers and everyone that have to go in and try and fix that, I don't even know how it's salvageable. It's just like laying there and not even working.
Yeah, I will say this. Kyrie Irving has made $100+ million in the NBA. So
he could pay for
if you break it, you bought it. He can afford it, but keep your hands off the robots.
Next time, Kyrie.
They're going to come back for us eventually, guys. We got to be careful.
See you tomorrow.